Sounds like we are ready for our next talk with the title Why Tickets, Services and People are Important for Your Digital Transformation. And I would like to introduce you to our two speakers, Tilman Mürle, Managing Director at Kreuzwerker GmbH, and Claudia Pierrot, Senior Enterprise Advocate for IT Services Management Solutions at Atlassian. Please, the stage is yours.
Already there. Hello, everyone. Great to be on stage again. It's been a while. When we applied for the talk here, we were asked to not do a very, product sales pitchy presentation. So we tried to boil that down to the pure minimum. And I'm joined on the stage today by Claudia. Maybe you can give a quick intro about yourself.
Yes, very nice meeting you. I'm happy together with Tilman being on stage and representing Atlassian. And my name is Claudia Pierrot, and I have more than 20 years experience within IT industry, software sales, and now I'm responsible for the ITSM part, Enterprise Service Management, which is getting more and more important for companies within the digital transformation. And I'm happy to be here and to talk about 20 minutes about why it is important to join this incredible journey.
Thank you, Claudia. And why am I here? I mean, Kreuzwerker, maybe a not so known company yet, but we are one of the platinum partners from Atlassian, based here in Berlin, so it's our home turf here. And I'm leading the Atlassian consulting business there, touching almost all methodological topics from ITSM to agility and so on. And of course, utilizing this with Atlassian tools like Jira, Confluence, maybe you heard some of them. But why are we talking about digital transformation as a tool vendor, as a software consulting company that deals with this tool vendor is because we are involved in all kinds of transformation projects. From small organizations to enterprises, we as Kreuzwerker not only do Atlassian, we also do cloud engineering, cloud consulting, our AWS partner. So we are more or less at the heartbeat of transformation. And back to the catchy title, why are tickets somehow connected with the digital transformation? That's the thing we want to talk about today. A brief reminder, we are at a digital conference, and I'm sure there are many, many more interesting talks in relation to what is digital transformation. But I put the definition of what is digitization versus digital transformation here to talk and give a brief reminder what the difference is. For us, we digitize a lot of things in our projects, and we accompany customers then doing something with that transformed data. And looking at a couple of market research numbers, and also based on experience we have with our customers, is lots and lots of customers tell us they struggle with transformation topics. It's the number here, 82% of technology leaders struggle with cross-functional collaboration. Why? It's they have all those great tools, they have all those great data points, but they really don't know what to do with it on an enterprise level and how to collaborate on them. Another piece is still a very heavy amount of CIOs say they are not prepared for the next wave of transformation. And for me, and for maybe all of you, it's not a question of if the next disruptive transformation happens, it's rather a question of when. We just put a couple of logos, on that little timeline. Some things, 1994, invention of DVD, 3 years later, invention of Netflix, and look what has changed. And what this means for me is working together with CIOs, with CTOs, with IT departments, with software engineers, is what does this mean this disruption mean for their transformational journeys? When we go into those projects, I typically differentiate on two levels. One is a strategic level. What does that mean? What products do we need to build to play or to be competitive on the market? What do we need to do? What do we need to build? But the other side, which is also covered in a lot of our projects, is how do we work together? How do we make this work? And of course, there are questions of tooling, et cetera, come into play. What I try to put on the slide here, and maybe I can quickly switch, is when we looked at our customers over the last 5 to 6 years, we identified various life cycle stages. We have customers that are were non-digital. Why? The business model is just something not digital. And when we looked at it, it's typically looking at this organization, you have processes that are quite fragmented, knowledge about IT is missing on a corporate and strategy level, and looking at the what it does for the IT departments, it's, let's say, very pragmatic IT, or in Germany we would say a Turnschuh IT. They do things. And going across that journey, the more and more digital strategies are in place, digital products are built, companies move their business models into digital value chains, also the IT changes / has to change. So you see the journey here, the slides with all the text on it will be available afterwards, but for me it's really important that IT has to change to follow the business needs. Another point, looking at, again, some research when CTOs were asked, what are the top trends of 2022? Everything somehow has to do with IT. Everything will have impact on IT. Low-code and no-code tools. The trend of why do we have to have big, large IT implementation projects to fulfill a business requirement? In the end, there's still some aspect for IT. And down all those trends, it becomes even more obvious that first and foremost, IT has to understand those trends and change their way of working to supporting the value generation through these rather than administration. Then I took all the information and tried to give a little what has been before in IT departments. I looked at how are those departments organized, how do they develop things, how do they release things, and I remember those days, of having waterfall projects, a very hierarchical organization, having releases like the quarterly or the yearly release of some new functionality. And over the time, this changed. And looking at our landscape now, I would say this is more or less the average organization of today. People realize they need to be organized differently. The topic of agile is a topic for a couple of years now. And that's more or less the status quo when I look around our customer base. Looking at the customers that are at the forefront and looking at where things will be in a couple of years, you will have more and more autonomous teams. So teams will deliver the value, not the organization in itself. You have all the buzzwords in there, microservices architecture, DevOps as the development principle, CI/CD, so release often and early. Focus on the value that's generated, go into the cloud, source your talent by service, and support that we all know, and in the past, raise tickets and we're waiting for responses for ages, should and will become automatic, self-service, and be centered around the customer. A couple of other things, and having my Chief Compliance Officer near me right now, two things will be on top of this. Everything in IT will become data-driven, and by becoming data-driven will enable artificial intelligence and machine learnings for provide automation. And security, risk, and compliance, which was a topic typically added on top of things will need to be or become by design. So everything we do here, those topics will be by design. So what does this mean? We face digital business transformation. Innovation is done on a digital scale. Business has more requirements. We have all those new technologies being introduced on a daily basis. We still have a lot of pressure on IT departments. IT should deliver capabilities faster, should of course be better and of course cheaper. And we also have new methods, a new mindset, a new generation of workers that demand different things than before. So in my point of view, IT needs a new operating system or operating model. Again, looking at our customer base, looking at feedback that we received, why is this not happening? Why are people not thinking about this? A little plain and simple. You still have silo teams. Teams are operating on their own without any connection to corporate strategy. You have siloed data. Everybody is talking about use data to make better business decisions. If all the data is still fragmented and siloed, how can we achieve this? Workflows are pretty manual. And we are an Atlassian consultant, so everybody that knows Jira knows manual workflows. So there, it's still like something that's hindering IT even. And siloed tools. Every department purchases their own tool, does something with it, again, not connected to the overall strategy. So what do we need to do? By the way, that's how it looks. Try to put the situation a little bit on a global scale. Tools everywhere, processes are fragmented, and that, of course, leads to a lot of difficulties. In order to create a system for this, it will be difficult. It's not like an easy task. I will tell you today what to do, and then you have solved it. But, of course, the complexity increases. It gets more difficult. So we need to focus on certain things. What we realized together with Atlassian is, let's say, 3 major elements that every organization can do to become better in that area. 1, ship faster. Sounds simple. It isn't that simple in lots of organizations, I know. But bring business requirements to life faster. 2nd, keep services always on. Digital models, rely on technology, so downtime is not something that is accepted anymore and shouldn't be. And 3rd, deliver seamlessly. Internally as externally, our customers, but also our internal employees almost request this now. I don't want to go to 17 tools to get a new office chair. It should be a seamless process. So, having talked about this with our Atlassian colleagues.
Yes, so thank you. Now it's my turn, because I want just to show the IT departments, they are more and more under pressure to put the services within the customer, other departments, agile transformation, CTO offices, they reach out for their own solutions, and IT is it's coming more and more as a cost center, and he needs to do something to establish services which are quick running and where it's all connected through all the processes within the enterprises. And so IT, operation, management, and all the services are connected, that we do not have any interfaces and use all the data, as Tilman said, and to really connect all HR, human resources for onboarding purposes, for example, asset management, legal department, so that you have all those enterprise processes to connect and to provide the best service on it. And you see the knowledge base, and talking about Atlassian, it's of course, it's Jira and it's Confluence, the most important products to have the knowledge and the collaboration to really break out those silos and to connect to each other, to collaborate within enterprise organization. And it doesn't matter whether it's a 400 enterprise or whether it's a 400,000. I mean, you imagine how complex it is. And even in the COVID situation, we all measured, that you have to really combine all the processes and that you have services which are working. So it's very important to be autonomous, the modern support that really everyone can do the work and that it is connected, but of course, so that the alignment is within IT and operation, it's also given. And within the company, the most 20% for Gartner, they said that it's really the time that they are working, looking for the right information, the right knowledge to find a solution for a problem or documentation, etc. So it really costs a lot of time to find all this information. And 56% of the employees, they are used to the services on their consumer-based. We all have our apps within the consumer business, and of course, the employees, even the new employees, they are looking for those kind of services as well within the companies. So they really want to connect and to find their knowledge. They need to do their work. So, and of course, the last point, 55%. They say that it's important to work from home, to work from remote, that that you can manage all your tasks and processes. So, and we have at Atlassian, we have Jira Service Management to combine those IT operation and DevOps teams to put it into one platform and that you have the connection between those and the working between those departments. And so it's really easy to track your work, that it's transparent, where is the status, where is your ticket, what kind of information do I need, where is the status. Also the service level agreements, for example, with our customer you have. It's the internal processes, but also with external customer, and to really to deliver fast services. So that's the Jira service platform we offer at Atlassian to our customer, that they have best services in class. And
we have to get into training again on holding 20 minutes.
Yes,
1 minute
the summary.
left. And answer the key question from the beginning and skip the rest of the slide. Why are tickets, teams, and services connected to digital transformation? Because in our view, investing in those areas, streamlining processes via tickets, increase productivity in the teams, and focus and value by defining the right services. Investments in those areas are, for us, digital transformation in practice. Time is over. I'm more than able to wait in front of the meet the speaker area in case you want to learn more, or visit us downstairs. We have like various ITSM experts waiting for you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.